So we made some good project on that pig fence project. Again, that was funded with a Food and Animal Concerns Trust grant. FACT is the name of the organization. But I wanted to show everybody the progress we made and some plans. There was some, you know, I left myself some flexibility with gate placement, etc. And I want to say, obviously, a big thanks to Darren McCannon, Jim Newman, and Tom McCardle for helping me out. I wouldn't have got it done without their help. So let's take a look at the posts. So most of these were pushed in with a skid steer with a post pounder. You can see how the tops are rounded. That is a great machine. I will use it many, many times more in the future. But since you push them in, it's there's no hole around it. It's a neat fit into the ground, so there's no need to put concrete in. I was able to do that almost everywhere except for on the back side, where I'm definitely going to have to put some concrete in. But you can see we did quite a long line there. So we have posts. In this line there's probably 20 posts, about 20 feet apart, a little less, going all the way down. When I laid out my line, I just ran a piece of poly wire and then put orange spray paint every, whatever the closest thing to 20 that was equidistant along the line was. That skid steer was able to maneuver around here without a lot of trouble. We did have to cut some stuff out of the way, but that was quick work. And we were able to do all of this in about 4 hours, and then still have time for pizza and beer, which was nice. So it's a nice perimeter. I just want to have a kind of a permanent record of what I did, because this property is already significantly different from when I bought it. There's the tree stand where I shot my buck this year. So where's it at? There it is. Yeah. So nice buck, nice 8-point. But we have no shortage of deer here. Basically this is like Deertopia inside that bamboo. I'm glad to see the bamboos coming back too. You see all the tops are dead. All the bamboo in Pennsylvania essentially died over the last winter. But this is all fresh crop, so maybe it was just, I don't know. Maybe we had one day that the bamboo couldn't tolerate, which would be weird, but I don't have a better guess. Some kind of space radiation wiped out all the bamboo, maybe. See this corner again? The post went in really easily here because I think we're driving posts into some kind of groundhog network. That's a groundhog hole. But still no need for concrete. And then we go right along here at the corners. So I have line posts, which are small. They're only about 3 inches or so. Nice and sturdy though. On the corners I used more robust posts, about 6 inches. And because they're going to bear the weight, obviously, of all the tension. We're going to use high tensile wire in here. So anywhere that I'm changing more than a very slight change in direction, I use those larger posts, 3 of them. So we're about halfway here. Soon we'll be to the point where I had to dig holes. Well, I had help, but we had 2 guys with an auger, and they augered holes for me so that we could drop the posts in, and I'll have to use concrete in those holes. It's going to be nice though. I'll keep this path clear and I'll always have access to this tiny little creek now. You can see the neighbor's property. So property lines run pretty close here, but the creek is on my side. So more line posts, and then you can see right up here is one of those, I don't know. I probably could have got away without putting corner and H braces in here, but I did it anyway. I have the posts. So here's going to be another corner because it does change direction by about 30 degrees or so. And I want this thing to last my lifetime. So we'll put an H brace in there, some more line posts. Luckily we didn't knock that behemoth of a dead tree down on our heads. So that's going to come out here shortly. But that's a big dead one. The pigs like to tunnel under it, so I got to get it out of here anyway. If you look at previous videos, you'll see that for 6 years I've been ducking under that mulberry. So that's not a mulberry, whatever that is. I've been ducking under it, and well, finally we cut it out of the way, which is nice. It'll save me time in the future. So here's another corner, and this is the last post that we drove in. We actually started to auger it. They could only get about 6 inches down. So we stuck it in that 6-inch hole and pounded it the rest of the way. And we pounded this guy in too, but that was into a pre-drilled hole that was much deeper. So I will put some concrete in there. All the rest of the posts are gonna have to get concreted. Line posts I won't, I'll just backfill them. You can see that one's already filling up with water. We're in a swamp here, so the water table is quite high. But for these last 10 or 15 posts, especially the corners, they're gonna get concrete. Just dump a bag of Quikrete down the hole on the edges of the post and then backfill it with dirt. Especially this one, which was another instance where we dug into a foxhole or a groundhog hole. So half the digging was done for us. But then we come right up here and we're gonna tie in to the old fence. This is a nice little deer superhighway that I interrupted. We'll see how that does once I put the wire in. And some of these holes, I don't know if you saw that one there. So we should have used a smaller auger there. That's a big hole for that little post. I'm gonna have to bring in some dirt to fill that one. But anyway, up here, maybe I have to throw another post or two on this hill, because this is a pretty significant change in elevation. About 10 feet there. And then there's the original post. That'll be the end. We got an H right here. I just got to put the top in, and that should be able to withstand that short run. Then this will be the outer barrier, this existing high tensile fence. Hey Jasper, you doing all right, buddy? It's like, whatever, man, I'm eating. And then not only will I be able to put pigs in here, they're going in here regardless, but I'll be able to put cows in here. And then I'm going to put a gate right here, somewhere between these two posts. I'll cut this wire, and this will be a gate. So we have the existing fence ends here on this corner, and then again, we just push these guys in, so no concrete needed. That post pounder is amazing, and it goes straight on out to where we started. So again, thank you to everybody that helped me. I wouldn't have been able to get it done without them. And now I have another easily 2 acres there that I can graze cows through. The pigs have created all that grass. I'll put the cows on it first, and then the pigs can clean up the mess.